If you were wondering what the most fun to drive SUV is for your family, this just might be it. Hello, I'm Tim Esterdahl, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I have a 2019 Mazda CX-9. The sun's a little bit in my face, so I'm going to bend down and keep it out of your face. Let's talk about the exterior. I'll go with the interior, and we'll do a drive with it and tell you more about this 2019 Mazda CX-9. So on this outside, we have a very sexy exterior. I think it's just extremely sexy. The way Mazda's design language is just amazing. So we have a nice grille that has a chrome that slopes in. This is the Grand Touring model. Comes in a Sport, a Touring, Grand Touring, and a Signature. So you will get less chrome as you go, more blacked out, just different styling. So come around to the back, and we have our hatch. I got dual exhaust, and one thing I like is we have a tow hook, a tow receiver. Not every SUV I have gets that. So in the back, you can see my golf clubs. I've been decent weather here in Nebraska in December, so we've been out playing some golf. You can see the room. I have tons of storage room in this third row. Seats come up here. There's plenty of room for those to come up, and those second row seats sliding recline. You can see this one's off a little bit. It's because I reclined it forward, and you can get some more leg room in the back when you do that. So you're just kind of playing a game between who gets more room. So let's close this. Let's start in the back first. Let me unlock the doors. Really solid doors, opening, closing, lots of good weather stripping, lots of solid close. I have a tan interior, they call this sand. I have the metal chrome here, and this is like a brush chrome. Have your plastic. This is plastic, but it doesn't feel like plastic. It's got a texture to it. Again, those seats come up. These are the sand, really comfortable seats. I do have a second row. I have heating and air conditioning vents, and I have the heated seats back here. I do have the privacy screens. Always a cool option. This goes up, attaches, and so it's not really privacy. It's sunshade. Sunshade screens, keeps the sun out of your kids' eyes. Let's go ahead and move towards the front here. I have a CX-9 on the windowsill or the door sill. I have it on the floor mat too. I have a adjustable seat. I have seat set buttons. Hopefully you can hear me better. Outside is pretty windy. I have my window controls, door locks, mirrors. I have a nice chrome here. It kind of goes with a brush. It doesn't feel like it's too much of a different change. It does look nice here too. Chrome with this brushed. Big door handles. Some controls here for the parking sensors and traction control. And this is lane departure with the car and the lines. I have the steering wheel here. I have the controls for the adaptive cruise system. This will set the cruise distance in front of you, car in front of you, keep that distance. I have the stereo buttons, and I have the Bluetooth buttons here. I have a dongle here, which is going to be your lights, and I have another dongle over here. I like the word dongle. And this is for windshield wipers. I have a pretty nice and clean and stylish dash here. I don't have many screens, though. I don't have any kind of screens to flip through. But I have all my information I need right there. To get to those screens, you come over to this 8-inch screen here. This is your communication, navigation, entertainment apps. And you have to go into apps, and you get the fuel economy monitor. So they put it over here, which is kind of interesting. So I've been driving this for a short distance doing a video. And I'll try to see if I can't get that. That sun is in a bad spot. Anyways, average this drive is 15 miles per gallon. I have fuel economy history. 17. This car is rated at 20, 26, 23 combined. I've had it in the spirited driving mode this morning. So when I go through these screens, you can get communication, navigation, there's settings. You can kind of go through, what you want as far as what the screen is and display and safety, technology, and clock and sound. when you go over to applications, you can see the vehicle status monitor, and you can see maintenance. Oh, sorry, wrong button. See how fast this is kind of go around? And I'm going to show you, I'm controlling this by a button right below me. So there's scheduled, there's rotations, oil change, where that stuff's at. So I have heating and air conditioning controls here. I have the vents here. I have a sport mode option here, which I don't really use. I have, because I don't need to. It's good, fun to drive. I have my gear shifter here. I have some storage down in here. It would be nice to have one more USB plug in there, but that's something they could probably add to. I do have, this is the control I was using for the screen up there. I have volume controls, emergency parking brake electronic, a couple cup holders. In here is storage. This is where the USBs are. It's not a huge thing, so I'll take my GoPro and I'll put my GoPro in here. And you can kind of see how much storage you have. If you have a big purse or something, you're probably not going to fit your purse in there. But it does close nice. It's nice and comfortable to rest your arm on. I have a glove box there, and there's the rest of the styling. You can kind of see it better in the door how the styling comes together. I have the big mirror, and I have a sunroof here as well. So this model, we'll talk about. I have the sheet right here. This model is 45310. I have some extras. I have the bumper trim, cargo mat, pre-delivery inspection. I guess it's free. Trailer tow hitch. It's an option, but that should never be an option. SUV should come with that. Trailer stability control, side curtain airbags, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure, lane keep assist, smart brake, city brake support, smart brake support. Those are good safety options. 42,640. Because this is the all-wheel drive version, it's a little bit more than the 4,000, which is the base. So let's go ahead and take this for a spin, and I'll tell you more about it. All right, here is that 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder Sky Active engine. A couple things to note. Is it rather loud? There it is. Kicks off a little bit. Windshield wiper fluid over here. We have the coolant fill in here. Check it. We have battery over here. Air filter is going to be here. It's got a nice clap to get those clips, get those off. One issue though that I've seen is over here is where you get to check the oil and fill the oil. And I'm going to flip this camera around and talk to you more about my issue with that. So there's my belly. I'm right there. And that's me reaching the whole way to get that. I'm not a fan of that placement there. That could be a little easier for consumers. You can make that dipstick as long as you want it too. That's kind of ridiculous. That thing's just a piece of metal, so move it up a little bit and make it longer. Seems like an easy fix. Alright, here I am in the 2019 Mazda CX-9. This is the 2.5-liter Sky Active 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. What does that mean? It means it's lots of fun. Lots of fun. 250 horsepower, 310 foot-pounds of torque. This thing has an awesome feeling off the line. It's fun to drive. It's really refined inside. It feels like a much more luxury SUV than what you're going to get. And like I said, it corners well. It handles well. It's quiet. I'm going to let this one car go by. We're going to get over. We're going to smash the gas. And you're going to get the good smile on your face. The good feeling you get from driving a fun car. You know, why do a numb car? Nobody needs to drive something numb or boring. Screw that. Drive something fun. So let's go. Let's have some fun. So, yeah, 6-speed transmission. You can feel the shift points. But so what? And this is normal mode, by the way. Sport mode is even faster. There you go. That's over 65. I don't know what the time was, but 10, 15 seconds, whatever the hell it was. That was plenty. And so you have tons of power. And it's great in the power band because if you hit the sport mode or you really need to get on it, you have lots of passing power. And so you have a 7-passenger SUV. There's a third row of seats behind me. I have the second row for the kids. Lots of room back there. I have a really comfortable interior. I have heads-up display, so I could tell you I was doing more than 65 by my heads-up display. And so here I am, cruising along 65 miles an hour. I have adaptive cruise control on this, which means I can set a distance in front of me and the car in front of me, and we can keep a consistent distance, so it's a nice driving experience for long distances. I have heated seats. I have a heated steering wheel. I have the sexy interior. I have lots of cargo room for cups. I have 2 big cup holders. I got some room in the doors. I got a small center console. I guess you can ding them for that. I have a small center console. So if you are carrying a purse or you're carrying quite a bit of stuff, you don't have much storage there at all. So it's one of those things. It's like, do you want the style or do you want the more storage inside the cabin? I don't know. That's an interesting debate. I love the interior. I love the gauges are nice. I wish there was a little more information on the gauges. That's all in the center in the infotainment screen, the 8-inch infotainment screen. But that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's not a deal breaker at all. So this starts at $32,000 for the Sport Edition. I got my numbers right here. Sport is $32,280. Touring is $35,330. Grand Touring is $40,840. The Signature is $45,365. They all come front-wheel drive, 6-speed automatics. All-wheel drive is extra, which this model isn't all-wheel drive. We have a towing capacity of 3,500 pounds. 3,500 pounds. So you're going to tow a pop-up camper, a small boat. That's about what you're going to tow. You're not going to tow anything too much bigger than that. It's not going to work. You're just going to tax this too much. Plus, if you're thinking about like towing the boat to up north or out for a camping trip, and you got the cabin loaded on with cargo, you really don't want to push that any farther, because you got to remember that towing capacity, it gets reduced by the amount of payload you put in the car. Meaning that if you put 1,000 pounds of passengers in, so you got every passenger weighs about 250 pounds, you got 4 of them. If you put 1,000 pounds of passenger in plus the cargo and such, that's going to reduce your towing capacity. So there you go, fun fact. So don't over tow. But again, I got to go back to the fact that I just enjoy driving this car. It's always one of those cars I look forward to every year. I've had the opportunity the last couple of years to drive them, and it works for my family. It's on our list of vehicles that we would buy, and so it is a lot of fun to drive. Good times. Corners well. I'm taking a corner there. Taking a corner there and trying not to get a ticket. So hey, let me not get a ticket. Let me turn this off. And thanks for watching. So make sure you follow us on pickuptrucktalk.com. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Pickup Truck Talk. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.